The truth is, as guys, we much more want to be in a relationship than any girl. We're much more needy, just inherently. Girls are so overwhelmed with the amount of simps, probably yourself included, messaging them all the time. They see us all as just the same. Plus, we kind of are to them. Like, we're just one of hundreds. And you can't even blame them for this. You have to think, if you were getting hundreds of DMs every day from random girls, most of which you weren't even attracted to, glazing every part of you, asking you for dick pics, them sending you tit pics and all this shit out of the blue. Yeah, it's going to be fucking amazing, don't get me wrong. But it's going to get old fast. Maybe once a blue moon when you're horny, you'll take advantage of it. But if it was every day, I really want you to think every day when you go outside, your female managers and what are trying to hit on your aunties, all these other people. You have to think of how girls are. It's a lot. And it's a shame that we're like that, but we can't control our own biology, I guess. We're inherently more needy to fuck than girls because there's no risk for us. If I fuck someone and then leave, it's only benefits, if anything. I've passed on my genes and I don't have to deal with a fucking bitch in my ear. So, you know, it's one of those. Whereas if a girl lets some chump fuck her and she gets pregnant and then he leaves, she's going to be fucked. So they have to be careful. Girls have to go for their very best. They have to be selective and careful. But even if they weren't like that, even if they were as horny as guys like us, you have to think, we'd probably be like that too. We'd probably be more overwhelmed and fed up with women if we were having that many all the time. And, you know, that's probably not going to happen for guys. So the best thing really you can do is just talk to as many girls as possible. Doesn't matter if you even want to do anything with them. Doesn't matter if you want a relationship. Doesn't even matter if you want to fuck them or not. Just speak to as many girls as possible. Give yourself more of an abundance mindset. Just because it'll sort your brain out. Chances are a lot of girls are just going to fucking air you for days or forever, or not message for a week. Sometimes girls who even will like you will intentionally air you as a sort of shit test to see if you're a psycho, if you're going to freak out on them and be a needy little bitch. Like, some of my better relationships started with me being aired. You know, if I was only speaking to one girl, I'd be a fucking needy fuck. I'd be overthinking it. I'm worried, oh my God, she hates me. And I'd probably act out and fail the shit test by calling them out. But because I keep myself busy speaking to many girls to the point where they almost all feel the same, you know, it makes it so I'm less needy. And when girls give me absolute shit, it's just sort of like it doesn't really mean anything. I hope you know what I mean by this. I'm not saying be toxic and be a man whore. You can be if you want, but that's not really the intention. Honestly, if you want a relationship, if you want a monogamous, committed relationship, it's in your best interests to speak to as many girls as possible. Don't see any as special. Anything, be heartless. Not like a cunt. Don't be abusive and awful, because that's just going to put girls off you anyway. But you don't want to be a fucking loser. And you have to think, like, this even happens to me still. Like, there'll be a girl I'd be crazy about. She'll start messaging me all the time. I won't answer for a day. She answers straight away, 10 messages. Ugh, it puts you the fuck off. You know what I mean? Girls are the same, only times 10. They've already got a lower sort of ceiling for attraction for most guys. And they've already, when you speak to a girl, you're sort of treading on eggshells. They're already looking for a reason to label you as the same as every other guy. So, you know, keep these things in mind for sure. But yeah, if you think about it, it is kind of fucked how it is. Like, girls would rather you be a heartless cunt who isn't too into them and possibly has many, many options than a fucking simp. They'd rather you be out here ploughing mad puss, speaking to many girls, than fully committed to them. In general, like, at least at the beginning stages. Obviously, if you want a long-term relationship, you're probably going to have to cut that out at least a bit. But women would genuinely rather try to go for the untamable man and try to tame him, the guy who, oh, I can lock him down. You know, they'd think more like that than go for a simp, because if you're a simp, unrightfully so. Like, if you're simp to someone you've just started speaking to, they're going to be questioning, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Has he got nothing else in his life? 2 weeks before we started speaking, what was he doing? Like, why is he this crazy about me? It either comes across as ungenuine, because they just assume you're doing it to everyone if you're full on glazing them, or they just think you're a fucking loser. So, it is harsh, but girls are literally like that. Girls generally, I'm making sweeping statements here, so, you know, don't get too offended. But girls generally would rather share a high-value man than have a low-value man all for themselves. I mean, just look at like rappers, for instance, or rock stars and athletes. They've all got many girlfriends. All the girls they're with know that they're not the only girls the guys are seeing, but they still choose to be with them over someone who has less but could give them all their heart. They'd rather share a piece of a high-value guy's heart than have the whole heart of some loser. It's so fucked, but us as guys would never think like that. But it's how the world is. What are you going to do? Cry about it or adapt to the game? Don't hate the game, just become a player and all that bullshit.